Did you know that in 1896, an African army decisively defeated a European colonial power, shattering the myth of European invincibility? This is not the story of simple bravery against superior technology. This is the story of strategy, diplomacy, and the complex reality of African warfare. We often hear simplified narratives of African battles, spears versus guns, courage against technology. But the reality is far richer, more nuanced, and more important to understand. Let's delve into some of the most pivotal conflicts in African history, revealing the strategies, the leaders, and the often overlooked complexities. Our journey starts long before the colonial era, with the Battle of Zoma in 202 BC. This clash near modern-day Tunisia pitted the Roman Republic against Carthage, led by the legendary Hannibal Barca. Scipio Africanus, the Roman commander, orchestrated a decisive victory, effectively ending the Second Punic War and dismantling Carthage's military power. While not strictly on the African continent, the Battle of Johi around 1178 BC offers a glimpse into the military might of ancient Nile states. Ramesses III's Egypt faced off against the mysterious Sea Peoples, protecting Egypt from foreign invasion. Fast forward to 1896, and we arrive at the Battle of Adwa, a watershed moment in African history. Here, the Ethiopian Empire, under the leadership of Emperor Menelik II and the often underemphasized Empress Tetubato, confronted the Italian kingdom. The numbers are staggering, roughly 17,700 Italian and Eritrean colonial troops against a force estimated between 80,000 and 100,000 Ethiopians. The Ethiopian victory was decisive, a resounding blow against European colonialism. But Adwa was not just about numbers. Menelik II had modernized his army, acquiring modern rifles and artillery through shrewd diplomacy. Empress Tetubato played a significant strategic role, fostering unity among regional forces. This was a victory of planning, logistics, and political acumen. Now, let's travel south to Zululand, to the Battle of Isandlwana in 1879. This clash saw the Zulu kingdom inflict a stunning defeat on the British Empire. Approximately 20,000 to 25,000 Zulu warriors faced off against around 1,800 to 1,900 British and colonial troops. The Zulu victory at Isandlwana was a result of disciplined coordination and strategic brilliance. British forces were overextended, poorly deployed, and suffered from ammunition distribution problems. Isandlwana wasn't just a Zulu victory, it was a British logistical and doctrinal failure. The defense of Rocks Drift, which occurred immediately after Isandlwana, is often given more prominence in British imperial memory, but Isandlwana remains a testament to Zulu military capability. Further north, we encounter the Battle of Omdurman in 1898. This battle, fought in Sudan, starkly illustrates the asymmetry of colonial warfare. Anglo-Egyptian forces, led by Horatio Kitchener, clashed with the modest Sudanese army. The result was a massacre. While Anglo-Egyptian casualties were relatively low, the modest forces suffered an estimated 8,000 to 8,200 dead. Omdurman was a demonstration of industrial firepower against a mass army. British Maxim guns and artillery decimated the modest attacks. Other battles in the modest war, like El Teb and Abu Klea, further highlight this struggle. Let's shift our focus to the World War II era. The North African campaign, particularly the Battle of El Alamein in 1942, is often presented as a conflict between British and German forces. However, the Allied side included troops from across the globe, including Egypt, South Africa, India, New Zealand, Australia, and Free French forces. The African battlefield was multinational in manpower and supply lines. The Battle of Kasserine Pass in Tunisia in 1943 was the first major engagement between US and German forces. This battle exposed American weaknesses in command and coordination, but it also served as a crucial learning experience. The Tunisian campaign, which followed, resulted in the capture of over 250,000 Axis troops, marking a turning point in the war. The post-World War II era saw a wave of decolonization movement across Africa, often fueled by armed struggle. The Algerian War of Independence, from 1954 to 1962, was one of the most consequential anti-colonial wars in Africa. The Front de Libération Nationale, or FLN, fought against the French state in a brutal conflict that ultimately led to Algeria's independence. The Mau Mau uprising in Kenya, from 1952 to 1960, was another pivotal moment in the struggle for independence. Mau Mau insurgents fought against the British colonial state, leading to a brutal counterinsurgency and a vast detention system. The Eritrean War of Independence, lasting from 1961 to 1991, was one of Africa's longest wars, reshaping the geopolitics of the Horn of Africa. The Biafran War, or Nigerian Civil War, from 1967 to 1970, resulted in massive civilian suffering, starvation, and international aid politics. The Ogaden War, from 1977 to 1978, pitted Somalia against Ethiopia, with major Soviet and Cuban involvement, becoming one of the Cold War's major African proxy wars. These battles, and many others, demonstrate the complexity and diversity of African military history. It's a history that goes far beyond simplistic narratives of spears versus shields. It's a history of strategy, diplomacy, resilience, and resistance. Understanding this history is crucial to understanding the present and future of Africa. By acknowledging the ingenuity, the leadership, and the sheer determination displayed in these conflicts, we can begin to appreciate the depth and richness of African history and military innovation. African battle history is not just about the clash of arms. It's about the clash of cultures, the struggle for freedom, and the enduring human spirit. It's time to move beyond simplistic narratives and embrace the complexity of these stories.